Now, wait a damn minute. So, you mean to tell me you built your whole brand around being Big Mama No Kids, making men wait, standing on standards, and you end up pregnant by a man who's allegedly married with multiple kids already? Yeah, no, we not about to skip over that because this is bigger than Lotto. This is about the patterns a lot of women swear they would never fall into until they do. And if you don't understand how this happens, you're way more at risk than you think. Hey lovelies, this is Jay Now, the relationship coach behind the successful invisible. And I'm here today with another episode of Response and React. Rapper Latto, Big Mama No Kids, but pregnant by married rapper 21 Savage. The math just ain't mathin'. And if you're a woman who actually wants to date with clarity, keep your standards intact, and avoid becoming a lesson instead of a wife, I go way deeper into this inside my private coaching community on Coffee. That's where we break down real life dating scenarios, vet men properly, and build the kind of mindset that keeps you from settling in the first place. The link is in the description box below. Come join us.
Now, why somebody gonna say Big Mama, no ring? But all jokes aside, lottery ticket, I want to be happy for you, but it's kind of hard. You popping out pregnant with an allegedly married man. They say this man is married with a whole family and everything. And it's like you did all that hooting and hollering about saving yourself for the right man at the right time. I'm the type to make him wait, the type of nigga to make him jump the broom. With no broom, no ring, no nothing. Like, y'all be saving yourselves for the most raggedy, rundown ass nigga. Y'all always saving yourselves for men who are not saving themselves for you. How you saving yourself for a married man? Like, it really doesn't even make any sense. Are you in the same boat as Clarissa Shields at this point? Honestly, you even worse than her. And they're like, well, he's married, but it's technically for immigration purposes. Like, the only reason why he's married is so that he could get his papers. Like, well, that never stopped him from popping out with Amber Rose, bald head ass. They had a very public relationship. Am I lying? He was with Amber. They was doing interviews, red carpet events, like the whole kit and caboodle. So if he wanted to, he would. Like, I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I think it's kind of crazy that he still has not publicly claimed the mother of his third child. Like, give me mistress. It walk like a duck, talk like a duck, and it's hidden from the public like a duck. Let's be for real. I want to be clear, like, there's nothing wrong with saving yourself for marriage. There's nothing wrong with, practicing abstinence and making sure that the wrong people don't have access to your body. I want to be very clear about that. You take it a step further and start slut-shaming the girls in your music and putting yourself on this high-ass pedestal only to end up somebody's baby mama with no ring and he's married. And then it's like, well, what's the point of you saving yourself if you're not married? Isn't that the whole purpose of saving yourself? Isn't that for marriage? A lot of these girls, they talk a good game, but a lot of them don't want to be married. A lot of them, like, their highest aspiration is to be somebody's baby mama and the favorite baby mama at that. That's all. Talked all that shit to be somebody's baby mama, to be somebody's third baby mama with no ring. That's kind of crazy, Latto. I'm not even gonna hold you. Can't even say that, oh, I'm private and this and the third, because you talk about him all the time, Lottery. You talk about my man, my man, my man. You've been talking about this nigga for years. You feel me? But congratulations are in order. She likes it. I love it. I think it's sad. It wouldn't be me. It surely would not be me. But if it works for her, then it works for her. Hopefully he, acknowledges the mother of his child. Because if not, that's kind of fucking crazy. Like, I'm not even going to hold you.
Who is she really beyond being thick, light-skinned, from Atlanta, and desirable? Latto just broke her brand in one drop, and nobody's talking about what this actually means. So Latto just revealed she's pregnant, and yes, it's by 21 Savage, which a lot of people already suspected. But this is bigger than celebrity gossip. This is about branding, identity, and cognitive dissonance. Latto is 27 years old, so this isn't about age or timing being wrong. This is about the image she built versus the reality she's now showing. Her whole brand has been Big Mama, thick, in a relationship, but no kids. She said it in her music, especially across projects such as her Sugar Honey Iced Tea era. That no kids image was intentional. It made Latto feel like the fun, unattached, fantasy version of success. Now, fast forward, fans already clocked it. She disappeared for a while, popped out in oversized coats, and even in ads, fans speculated sudden appearance changes. People started speculating, then boom, the music video with the baby cheetah. That's not subtle, that's a reveal. But here's the issue. When your brand is built on aesthetics instead of substance, it can collapse the second your real life shifts. We've seen this before with her. She originally went by Miss Mulatto, a name rooted in colorism and a complicated history. She rebranded to Latto, which was smart and made her more marketable. Her career took off after that. But now we're seeing another disconnect. Who is she really beyond being thick, light-skinned, from Atlanta, and desirable? Compare that to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan's brand is confidence, fitness, and owning your body for yourself, not someone else. That brand doesn't collapse if her life changes. It grows with her. Latto's brand feels tied to a moment, not a mindset. So Latto's pregnancy isn't shocking because she's pregnant. It's shocking because it exposes that her brand was never truly built to evolve. And now the real question is, who is Latto gonna be next?
And Latto just proved what the baby mama's been saying. She just proved it, that y'all are full of shit, okay? Y'all will get on here and bash baby mamas all day, every day, just to be a nigga third baby mama, a nigga fourth baby mama. You ain't got no kids, and I never let a nigga baby mama me. I'm gonna marry before you care. Y'all always talking all that shit, okay? Just to turn around and become a nigga third baby mama. At that, you ain't even deal with a nigga with no kids, and you ain't got no kids, and then that's y'all first child together. No, you go and be a nigga fourth, fifth baby mama. But then you get on here and y'all talk shit about baby mamas all day, every day. And then, how y'all gonna talk shit about baby mamas and y'all fucking out with baby daddies? Like, it's just not making any sense to me. If a nigga already got hella kids, why would you fuck with him and you ain't got no kids? Like, this just goes to show that y'all are all full of shit and y'all all be lying. And this is why we don't give a fuck what y'all be talking about when y'all be talking about, oh, baby mama this and baby mama that, because you will, in fact, become a nigga baby mama.
I've never screenshotted the fuck out of a video so many times and zoomed in and then went to Google to compare a tattoo. I was like, dude, 21 Savage got a tattoo on his hand? Then I Googled 21 Savage hand. And then I started zooming in. I was like, okay, there's a curve right there. And then on the two fingers, okay. This a raw ass album cover. I ain't even gonna hold you. I damn near know the words to the song now. This shit real big and personal. Click, 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 click. And then I went back to the video, zoomed in on the picture I screenshot, and I was like, okay, there's a little curve right there. Okay, and then I kept the video going. Then I was like, oh my God, more tattoo. I can hear that baby accent right now. So is the baby British? And then I was like, yeah. It's a picture you posted your mama on her birthday and you be like, happy birthday to a real OG. Christmas was never dull. Like, there was never a holiday when I ain't get what I want. I always had the freshest J's. Like, my mama really did what the fuck she has to do for me and I love her down. This is the picture you post. It's something about being personal. Or I think that's what's in the background.
So Latto just announced that she's pregnant, and I'm just so triggered because, like, please don't hate me, but I don't know where the obsession came from to be someone's baby's mom. What happened to the girls wanting to get married? Like, what happened to the girls that were picking out their wedding dresses and, like, their venues and their colors? Like, why are we normalizing ruining your body and getting saggy boobs and risking your life to have kids for a man who didn't even put a ring on your finger? Like, I will not congratulate a person who tells me they're pregnant and there's no ring, because I'm just like, you're selfish because you're not having your kid's best interest in mind, and two, you hate yourself because you're giving this man the fucking leeway to just abandon you with a kid, and then three, it's just like unethical in so many ways. Like, I cannot stand this new baby mama culture that's so normalized. Everyone was like, oh, Scotty's pregnant, she won. How is it winning to have a kid with a man who didn't marry you? Especially if you're over 25, like, you are a bird. Tweet.
I feel like Latto fell for the spell that a lot of women her age end up falling for. Subconsciously, I think a lot of women fall under the spell of being told that, like, if you aren't married and if you don't have children by 30, you know, you might as well throw the baby out with the bathwater. You might as well just make sure that you have a baby before you're 30 years old if you can't secure a marriage. Because at 27, like, I don't know, I kind of feel like anywhere between like 27 to 29, this is when you see women, like, the pregnancies like getting more rampant, in my opinion. And I really do feel like it has a lot to do with the fact of not wanting to fall into this uncomfortable place being seen in society that I don't want to be at. Like, I don't know why. I could just picture Latto saying in an interview, like, I don't want to be an old hoe having kids. Like, I don't want to be an old hoe having kids. Like, I legit feel like that. Like, the big mama, no kids, like, the days of that in her brain were already going to be numbered, okay? Because she said big mama, no kids. She didn't say, you know, old hoe, no kids. Like, She wasn't going to let herself get into quote unquote old woman. I'm not saying that a 30-year-old woman is an old woman, but by society standards, the status quo is essentially like by 30, people are expecting for you to be working toward having a child or to have had a child already. And with her being with 21 Savage for as long as she has, I honestly think that her mindset was like, okay, I don't have a ring, but then if I walk away from this situation with him despite me not having a ring, that means I would have to be single. Then that would mean that I would have to start all over finding someone, and then I would have to start all over and having compatibility with that person, and then starting all over getting to know this person, and then starting all over trusting the fact that this is someone that I could at least have a child with if marriage didn't come up. Like, I kind of feel it's though like the same thing that like Ashanti did, you know what I mean? A lot of women have like this thing where it's like, I'm running out of time, whether it be you're turning 30 or whether you're turning 40, and they'll hold on to familiarity because it's safe, even if it is at the expense of them like marrying the wrong man, or you know, having the wrong man be a father to their child. A lot of women have age be the deciding factor for them in regards to having a child and like how soon they're going to have a child. And I kind of feel like Latto specifically fell for the spell. Like, Latto did not want to sit here and deal with the scrutiny of being asked like, okay, well, you're 30 years old, you don't have any children yet. Like, I'm sorry, do you really think Latto was gonna sit here and be like a Tracy Ellis Ross? I mean, come on, come the fuck on. Like, I'm really not all that shocked. I'm really not all that surprised, because I could just tell Latto is someone, she's influenced by the propaganda. Okay, she's influenced by the propaganda, which is why I feel like she has to make it so obvious and like put it in everyone's faces in her music's like, yeah, big mama, no kids. Like, I ain't got no kids. And it's like, okay, yeah, girl, like, you know, you're 26, 27, like, no, there are a decent amount of women who are looking at you like, girl, you have a career. Nobody's rushing you to have children but you.
Now, why would you sign up to be this man's third baby mama? And this is your first child, but his fourth child. And now those are 3 broken homes. So you're choosing to have your first child with somebody who is going to have to split time between 3 different homes now. And what I'm afraid of is that young girls are going to see Latto's situation and try to imitate it in their own life. But Latto has something a lot of us don't have. She has money. So even if this man chooses to be inactive and she has to raise her child on her own, she's going to be okay because she has money, access, and resources. And with her pregnancy announcement, she also announced a new album. And it looks like this album is heavily going to focus on her journey with her pregnancy and motherhood. And I'm actually excited for her in that aspect, because if it's something she wants, I love it for her. And with this pregnancy announcement, she also is releasing an album. And it looks like the album is going to focus heavily on her pregnancy journey and her next steps into becoming a mother and motherhood. And I'm not sure who the target audience is going to be. I know me personally, this is not the stage of life that I am in, and I am not interested in pregnancy or motherhood right now, but hopefully there's like a large enough audience that can listen to her music and really like share in this journey with her. I know that she said some distasteful comments about like body counts and putting down women who may have fallen into that category that may be on this journey with her. So I'm interested to see what the album looks like. And again, congratulations to her. Do I think it's the smartest decision? No. But am I going to put down another woman for a decision that she's choosing to make? Absolutely not. If this is something she wants to do, I'm wishing her all the best.
Latto is rich. I think that's one thing y'all keep forgetting when y'all keep making these baby mama posts about her. Because the number one thing that might be just as, or not if more important than who you have the children with, is your bank account status. I know everyone says money isn't everything, but when it comes to raising them children, it kinda is. As a mother, as a single mother, I absolutely agree that people should be married before they have children. But the harsh reality is that I have to tell y'all, when you have children, a majority of that work will always be on the mother. That's whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a working mom. Whether you're a rich mom or a poor mom. It doesn't matter, because you're still the mother. So having that financial freedom of having millions of dollars in your bank account, being able to afford a chef, being able to afford a cleaner, being able to afford a night nurse, being able to afford nannies, private schools, colleges, I can promise you that child will not go without. That's why it's funny to me when y'all call Rihanna and Cardi B baby mamas. Like, Rihanna's net worth isn't $1 billion. Cardi B is worth $100 million. Trust me, they're good. And like Latto said, even without a man, she would still have everything. Thank you.
Big mama, no kids. What happened to that, Latto? What happened to I spend that 500 before I ever trap you, Latto? No, I'm just kidding, y'all. Congratulations are in order to Big Latto. She confirmed finally that she is pregnant after months of us speculating. Um, Congrats are actually in order to her and her baby's father, which looks like it's finally confirmed after years to be 21 Savage. Y'all slick because after I seen the picture of her pregnant, the next picture was this of y'all comparing the hands to confirm that it is indeed 21 Savage that she's been with this whole time and who is her baby's father. So congrats to the both of them. Along with the pregnancy, she did announce 2 singles and that she is releasing an album with, I believe, then what was it, like 17 or 18 tracks at the end of May, which I'm super excited for because, Latto is up there on my favorite female rappers. So shout out to her. I cannot wait to listen to that. So, like, you know, it does this mean we not gonna get her on the Atlanta stop of Little Miss Drama tour? Because in my mind, you know, Cardi has been bringing out a lot of the female rappers. So in my mind, I was like, oh well, she's gonna be in Atlanta. Everyone knows Lotto is is associated with Atlanta because y'all like to argue about that too. So I guess we'll see. She also dropped a cute video. And speaking of drop, I wonder like when she gonna drop this baby. Like I wonder when she's due. And then I also wonder like, is this gonna be a tour accompanying this album? I just have so many questions. Not about, the pregnancy and all that, just about like the music and what's gonna come along with it. But no, again, congrats. Somebody on X Twitter was like, "That baby gonna come out dressed in leopard," which I'm sure that hospital bag probably leopard. The cute little hats that the baby was wearing, that's probably leopard. Labor probably gonna be leopard down. I'm here for it though. Again, congrats to Big Lotto and 21 Savage. I'm sure they're gonna be amazing parents, and I love this for them.
Oh my God. Le'Veon Bell has just fired off at 21 Savage and Lotto after they just had a reveal that Lotto is pregnant. So let me give y'all a breakdown. Lotto is pregnant by 21 Savage, who has 3 children and is married to a woman he has 2 children by. Le'Veon Bell comes out and says Lotto just announced that she's pregnant by a married man with 3 children. Man made it part of her album rollout. That's who women today looked up were doomed. A lot of women telling him to stay out of his business. But some people are saying he loud, he's obnoxious, but he ain't told one lie. Me personally, I always thought 21 Savage was married because he got hit up by ICE and they got him, and then so he married a woman he had children with. So I always thought that's what it was. But some people saying that, he's really married. And they're saying that the wife, her name is Kiana Johnson or something like that. They're saying she's comment creeping and saying all kind of stuff. So, apparently I was wrong. But I had no proof of this. I just, a guy get hit up by ICE, then get married in 3 days. I think that I know the play. I don't know. But what y'all think about Le'Veon Bell and Lotto? Is it doomed for the youth? Y'all let me know.
All right, y'all know how I like to do, where I kind of give you a breakdown of the videos we just watched, but I'm doing a little different today. This was just freestyle, free thought, so there's not really lessons that I pulled out of this one. So enjoy it and let me know your thoughts at the end. So these are just some random thoughts. I'm just free flowing right now because I want to put this with the video. So Latto announced, because she made it her album cover, of her very pregnant belly. So she's apparently pregnant by rapper 21 Savage, who is married and has 3 children. Now, there are a couple things that are very wrong with this. Number one, she's having a baby by a married man. And I know everybody's not Christian, everybody doesn't believe things. But the thing is that marriage is a contractual agreement. It is a spiritual and legal contractual agreement. And if you decide to do something like she did from a spiritual perspective, you are interfering with a contract. And not to say 21 Savage is blameless, and that is going to reap, you are going to have some consequences and karma to reap off of that. I'm speaking that from a spiritual perspective. Number two, she messed with her brand image, which messed with her money. She has always marketed herself as she is not no man's baby's mama. She will never trap a man, blah, blah, blah. She talked a good game, and yet she chose this path. This is her first child, and this is his fourth child. He has a baby's mom, then he has a wife, and two kids by his wife, and now this is his fourth child with Latto. Does not make sense. 10 out of 10 do not recommend. Why would you do that? First of all, you're already starting out from a negative. This man has to split his attention, if he's a half-decent man, with the children he already has. Then number two, the big whopper, he's married, so he's committed relationship to somebody else. But they have been rumored to be cheating for a very long time. And this, to me, is just wild business. And for his wife, my heart goes out to her, because this is wild business. And I hope she gets everything in the divorce. Number three, Latto as choosing to be seen as a black woman because she is a rapper. She is biracial. She has a white mother, but this is the pivot she chose. Unlike someone with two black parents who is living their life as black, she is a biracial with a white mother who could have made the choice to live her life in a different light and with different career prospects. But this is what she chose. So yet here she goes, reinforcing the stereotype of black women are babies' mamas, which is very negative and harmful to black women as a collective. Not to say that we need to be living our lives for others, but why are you doing things to reinforce the negativity about a group that's already seen as less than? It's wild to me. However, she does have light skin and pretty privilege, so she is riding on that. My guess is partially to alleviate some of the effects. Number four, messing with her brand, messing with her money. Now people aren't going to take her at her word because she made this choice, and this could mess up her funds going forward. Number five, she does not understand how hard it is to be a single parent, which she is signing up to be because she decided to have a baby with a man who has multiple other children and is also married. So once again, his time is committed to somebody else. Next point, Latto has made the decision to, and now she's seen as a hypocrite also, back to the brand, because she talked bad about women who chose to have kids by men, and she made the exact same decision. And even worse, this man is married. Like, it makes no sense why she would do this to herself and her money and her potential money, because now she's not going to be presented with the opportunities as others. And sidebar, this is in a long line of black women who have been seemingly making this decision to be babies' mamas. You have Haley Bailey, right? She had a baby by DDG. She was Little Mermaid in a Disney movie. She really derailed that trajectory of her career because they can't promote that. Not wise. Naomi Osaka. She had a baby by some guy in the music industry named Corey. She was at the top of her game. That's what she decided? What the fuck? Okay. Then you have Sky Jackson, former Disney star who had a baby by some light-skinned guy who has multiple babies' mothers, is known to be violent, has been in and out of, jail, just not a good choice. She, that's the choice made. Then we have Flo Miller, I believe that's her name. She is pregnant by some no-name random YN. Why, I don't know. So there seems to be this collective effort or agenda of these young black women who have a lot of potential and are making strides in their career to do this really not wise choice of being a baby's mama. It's not about if you get married, will it last forever? We know divorce happens, yeah. But it's about you are choosing to make a lifetime commitment with a man who wouldn't make the commitment, the very real commitment, spiritual and legal commitment of marriage to you. That means you will always be chasing that man. You will always be pouring more into whatever you two have. Now, there's some people who have kids and then go on to marry the person. Not impossible, but that's not likely in most cases. So Latto kind of put herself behind the 8 ball with that. Next thing is a counterpoint. Latto also has things that another baby's mom, Rihanna. And Rihanna feeds into this point. Rihanna's a certified billionaire at this point, and Latto has her own money. These ladies have made the choice to have children with men that haven't married them but they also have the resources to never be worried about if their baby's going to eat or have formula and all that. As with the other black young ladies I mentioned, money is never going to be an issue. Their child is never going to be raised with want. That's not the point. I also, from a spiritual perspective, you definitely put a curse of bastardry on your child. That's a stigma that they have to overcome as they get older. Now, I know a lot of people say marriage doesn't matter, but it absolutely does. And I do believe it affects the self-esteem of your child, as well as the way you are perceived as a parent. Once again, we don't live for other people, but you need to have an awareness of how all these things work together in society and how you are assessed. Now, Latto being in the entertainment industry and then also being the type of most black men, right? She's light-skinned. She's she's a preference. Having one child and having her own money, now for her, it's not going to derail any man from being in her face, any black man, because most black, well, not, I don't want to say most, more than a few black men who are also in the spotlight for, celebrity, sports, athlete, rapper, whatever, they also have children. And since she has her own money, she could take care of her child, and has a baby by somebody who also is making money in the industry and could have a child. That's never going to be an issue in her dating. Now, that is something that's unique when you have women who make this decision and are on a different income level, right? And they're dealing with men, black men in entertainment. Having one child is not going to hinder, and her being a air quotes preference, the light skin, the biracial, she is not going to be impacted like a regular working woman would be, by men wanting to date her, right? Because that doesn't mean anything. Because look at Cardi B. She got with Stephon Diggs when she was whatever with Offset, and they were estranged. And it's not going to stop her now because she has her own money. She can take care of her own children. She is still going to attract the men that like her because, once again, she's a preference. So that is where that light-skinned and privilege comes in that only exists within the context of the black community. Another thing I want to mention is Le'Veon Bell, a football player, had a nerve to come out of his mouth and comment and try to shame Latto about having a baby by a married man. Right message, wrong messenger. First of all, why is he having anything to say? Because to my understanding, his reputation isn't sterling, so he needs to shut the fuck up. But B, opening themselves up to this, because I think he has several baby mamas and has done some trifling shit like this. Maybe not quite this, but you know what I'm saying? Men who will do the same thing but judge women harshly for the same behaviors in which they participate. So men are hypocrites. I would have to say, I think that's definitely true when it comes to black men speaking to black women. It's astounding. So all in all, I think this was a very not wise decision for Latto. And maybe she is under the impression or the pressure of, I got to have a baby before 30. Not understanding that is hogwash and that is brainwashing and fear from a patriarchal perspective to force young women to cut their exploration of themselves and their lives short by having a child, something that's going to consume a great amount of their time, it's going to impact their body, that's potentially going to end their life, without the woman really taking a step back and having that time to develop and mature and really chart their own path in life. So I think that's another contributing factor as to why she made this decision. But like I said, all in all, I wish her well. But this was not a good choice, and I think she definitely turned off a lot of her black female fans because 21 Savage's wife is also colorism places, but is a brown-skinned woman. So did you do that because you thought you would get picked over her, even though he's married to her, because you're light-skinned and biracial, which would track with how a lot of people perceive biracials who have white mothers. They think they're better than black women because their culture is white. They have been socialized white. Even if they were tormented and abused, mistreated because of their color within their white family, they were still socialized to believe they are better than black women. And I believe that this is a component of why Latto made the decision of just not respecting his marriage and not respecting his wife. And not respecting herself enough to not deal with a married man. she made a very, very serious choice that I don't think she will understand the full ramifications of until years to come when she grows and matures. But like I said, I wish her well. I hope she has a healthy pregnancy. I would never wish no bad on no pregnant lady. But the point is, I don't think she understands the impacts of this choice that she made. 21 Savage is not at all blameless in this. Please don't mistake what I'm saying for that. But I really wanted to focus on Latto and how this is going to impact her and how this is going to impact how she's perceived. This is going to impact how the opportunities she has, and just, I think, a lot of respect overall. But I really want her to get her mind right and co-parent in a healthy way with 21 Savage. I do not want her to necessarily end up with him, because if you was the side and then you become the main, and there's a position opening for another side, because he's going to take her through the same shit that he took his wife through. Because if she's hopped up on the idea, which many non-black and biracial women with white mothers believe, they think that he acts like that because she's not black. And, you know, she is the preference. So he's not understanding that a man who cheats, especially a man who cheats on his wife repeatedly, oh my goodness, that is a character flaw. That is a reflection of who he is. So I wish 21 Savage's wife a lot of peace and a lot of healing, because this is very humiliating. Your husband's out here showing his ass having a baby by other people. But I really want her to be able to take him for everything in the divorce. And I really hope she's been talking to divorce attorneys, and, you know, moving in silence. So now with this coming out, she can take him to the cleaners. That's my hope for all of this. And she can work on her healing and attract a man who's really going to honor her in turn, if she wants one, and get married again down the road. So, these are just my thoughts, my initial thoughts on this whole Latto being pregnant by 21 Savage. It's a mess. And at the end of the day, this isn't about tearing any woman down. It's about paying attention, because the truth is, patterns don't lie. What a man does with other women is what he's capable and most likely of doing with you. And if you ignore that, you don't get to be shocked when the same story repeats, just with your name in it. So the real question is, are you choosing based on your standards, or are you choosing based on your feelings? Now, if you're ready to stop guessing, stop romanticizing potential, and actually learn how to vet men like a high-value woman with options, that's exactly what we do inside my exclusive coaching community on Coffee. I give you the frameworks, the scripts, and the real-life breakdowns so you can move smarter, not harder, when it comes to dating. Go ahead and join us through the link in the description box below, and I'll see you inside.